So about 3 of us, let's just go ahead and create something quick. Quick. All right. I do not even have my. Hey guys, how did I even put this again? How do I edit this? Hmm. How do I? So this is the fabric we're going to be using. I fell in love with this fabric, guys. This is beautiful. So we're making something quite quick. I've had this fabric home for a very long time, and it's not 100%, but it's an African. I had the fabric home. Super wax is wax. I've had it home for a very long while. Today we're going to be using it. So let's hope to create something beautiful. I'm going to create a square neck dress. Let me reduce this one down to the, you see, you can go down more of this. Why is this one we're hanging? Okay, let's see something. It's much better. I'm trying to let the camera falling now. So I'm trying to do both. Since my Gmail account is not connected to both YouTube and TikTok and Facebook, I think that yesterday when I was in the whole situation, my idea was to break it apart. Why is this thing? Why are you falling? My email now is much better. You guys are not seeing it. That's good. Oh, okay, guys. So, like I said, we're going to create something really quick and easy to go. If you're watching from YouTube, I'm glad to have you here. If you're watching from Facebook, top fans, please. This top fan, let me see. Hey, be the first. Please, guys, you can support me up on YouTube by giving me, where are you from? I'm from everywhere. So, guys, we're making up a very beautiful print today. It's a beautiful one, but I'm going to make something quite easy and simple to wear. All right, so let's quickly go ahead and share the live streams. If you're just joining, leave me a comment below. This is our day 6 challenge. No sound. Oh my god. Imagine. So I just said, let me open it up. This is the fabric we're going to be using today. I want to be quite really quick, I don't want to waste time because it's a little bit later. So we're going to be using wax today. I want to make a short square neck dress. I need something like this. Those type of short square neck that you put with leggings. Oh my god, with sandals, and you're ready to go. Those are my type of thing I love. So I'm going to be using wax. This wax is body. No, this wax was given to me by my friend. Yeah, my friend traveled to Senegal. She bought it from Senegal. Yeah. I want this. So quick. Where is the way? Okay, this is it. Normally, I don't like using the one with that paper on it because Ooh, the fabric is light. Okay, so I'm gonna check as more how many yards are going to be enough for me. It's just a small short gown, so it should be more than enough, I think. More than it's not going to have sleeve, so this one should be able to be enough for me. Yeah, let's see. My here is this 36. My round here is 36. Let's see. Then I have some extra inches, so that is going to be enough. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut from here. Oh, how is the thing so stiff like that? I cannot pull it. Where is it? Por favor, digamos que tenemos que cortarlo. Un poquito más. I don't want to scatter this piece because sometimes that. So I'm going to be using. And when I made it, I have to send it to my friend for her to see the beautiful fabric she gave me. That I made something finally. So that next time she goes, she can buy me a lot of fabrics to bring there. Okay. So like I said, the dress I'm going to be making is quite a very short one. I don't really like to use my fabric with this sticker here because sometimes it's so annoying to stitch. I'm hoping that this is going to be enough. So I'm going to just go ahead and fold. As you can see, the design on it is going both sides, so we don't have any issue. It's both direction. That's what I mean. So you're not supposed to, I'm not going to focus on a particular part. This is both direction. I'm just going to go ahead and put. Let's see. Let's check what I have there. So I'm going to try to press this up so that I'll be able to just cut my both back and front together, window the back. Let me do my iron so that the thing will be straight, okay? It's going to be straight. I need to iron that one to make my life easier. Is there even water inside? Have some. You guys cannot see hear me. What do you mean I have some? I have some. The sound is there now. I'm just from putting it. Or maybe this thing. No, it's still on. If you can hear me, say hi. I'm trying to manage my chalk. I'm gonna go ahead and press it into first of all. Okay. Thank you. What will you make? Making a square neck. A square neck dress, shorts down, easy to go. That's what I'm making today. I hope this piece is going to be enough because definitely we're going to be needing a zipper. Yeah. Down here, paste it. Okay. I did not leave much allowance. Hopefully this fabric is not that tight that. Okay guys. We are done pressing that off. I folded my fabric into 2, then I refold it again into 4. Automatically we're going to be cutting off. Automatically I folded it into 4 pieces. So like I said, we're going to be making our square neck. I'm going to start with the shoulder measurement. I'll go ahead and mark shoulder divided by 2. Let me see to make things more easy. I'll take shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 14. When you're making up a square neck, you know, it's not going to have straps, so it's not going to have sleeves, so we're simply going to go ahead. Shoulder measurement divided by 2. Mine is 14. Divided by 2 is going to give me 7 inch. I will minus 1 inch from there. Like I said, it's not going to have sleeves, so I'm going to mark that part up 6 inch. I'm going to go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. I'll move now to my armhole depth, which is 7 inch. I normally use what I use for my shoulder divided by 2. But if you don't know how to get the armhole depth, you're simply going to go ahead and divide round bust by 6, then you add 1.5 inch. You're still going to get the same. So mine is a 7 inch. I mark that point up, and I'll go ahead now connect my shoulder, my armhole depth line. Then I'll go ahead and do it up like this. Then from this point, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it up like this for now. I connect my, like I said, it's a square neck, so we are not going to use the basic neck depth and the basic neck depth. So I'm going to measure up whatever I have from here to here and divide that by 2, which is 7 divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. The other 1/2 inch will be for joining it. Normally I go in by 1 inch. So I'm going to come on the chest line. I'll put round bust divided by 4, which mine is 34 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5 inch. I'm going to connect this point from here to here, from here to here. If there's anything you're not understanding, kindly let me know so I can stop and explain it back to you. I'm going to go ahead and connect these points up like that. Now we have the neck depth, the armhole depth of the front. We're gonna do it for the back. Normally what I always do just to come in here by 0.25, or you can just connect it up from the back. Okay, what some people do is they just connect it from this part up, from this midpoint, right? You go in, you connect it up from here like this from the outside. But for this case, like I said, it's not going to be having a sleeve, so I'm just going to go in by 0.25. I always like to go in by 0.25. Okay, no sleeve, no sleeve. Do my 0.25 for the back, then I'll connect it up to that point right there. You see, just right there. So now that we are done with, so you need to get the measurement right. I'm going to measure from the shoulder to the underbust, which my underbust is 13.5. I will mark that up. From my shoulder to the waist, I normally use a half length of 15 inch. But like I said, this is a dress, so I'm going to be doing 16 inch. 16 should be around, yeah. I don't want it to be too long, so let's get. So I'm gonna do 17 inches instead of 16. So my half length is normally 15, depending on what you're putting. But this is a dress, okay? So we're not going to be needing to join anything up. I'm going to do 17 and a half right there. Then I'm going to mark from the waist to, from the shoulder to the hip depth. My hip depth is normally around 23 and a half. Or you can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's normally between 8 to 10 inch depending on how tall you are. So the length of this dress, like I said, is a short one. I want it to be somewhere that I'll be able to put on with a leggings, okay, and sandals. So it's gonna be really short. I did not even know. I did not even measure the length. So I'm trying like to take it on, thinking that 33 may be too long. Yeah. So I'm gonna do 33 plus the hemming allowance. So 33 inch is good for me, plus my hemming allowance, which is right there. Or let me use 32 inch, including my hemming allowance. So after that, I'll just draw that point off. Don't worry, when I'm doing anything here, I'm just gonna shift it up and for you people to see. So the underbust. So here I have the chest line. Here I have the underbust. Here I have the waist. Here I have the hip line and the length of it. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is to go ahead to mark up the nipple to nipple. We are cutting it directly on the fabric, okay? So you should know that when you're cutting it directly on the fabric, it's going to be a little bit different from so it's gonna be a little bit of difference. So I'm going to put my nipple to nipple. My nipple to nipple is 7 inch, but because we are 7 inch divided by 2, let me take it gently. My nipple to nipple is 7 inch. 7 divided by 2 is gonna give me 3.5. Normally, because we're cutting on a fabric, we're going to go ahead and add half inch to it, making it 4 inch. I'm gonna come here and mark that 4 inch. Then I'll connect it up with a straight line. And if you take note, we have not marked the bust point. We've not marked the bust point line. So for my chest line, I'm going to go up. I'm going to go down by 2 inch. That's where my chest line is. Oh, you go my bust point is 10 inch, 2 inch, which is good at that 2 inch. Connect it up here. This is the bust point line, okay? Now, after doing so, what I'm going to do is to go ahead. I'll be putting my darts. You can go ahead and install a dart of 1.5 inch or 2 inch, depending on what you're working on. So normally, I always like to take a half inch both sides. You can do 3/4 inch. But for the sake of this fabric, I did not add enough allowance, so I'm going to go ahead with 1/2 inch both sides. I'm going to do it up here, half inch here and half inch here. Then from the hip, I'm going to go up by 2 inch. You can go up to 2.5 inch. I'll do 2.5 inch. This is where my dart is going to end. From the bust point line, I'm going to go down by 1 inch. You can go down up to 1.5 inch, depending on how bossy you are. Alright, so I'm going to be connecting these points up like this. And what did I even do? I should have just connect this point up like that. Yeah, like this. And remember that we're going to be replacing back this dart allowance that we have took we took out here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting up my measurement. Like I said, we're cutting it directly on our fabric. Before we'll come back to the square neck. On the chest line, I'll put 1/4 of my round bust, which is 34 divided by 4. It's going to give me 8.5. Sorry, you see, I'm not okay today, right? So I'm going to add 1 inch of sewing allowance. On the under bust line, I'm going to put 1/4 of my under bust. Round under bust is 30 divided by this is going to give me 7.5. I took a 1/2 inch. I'm going to replace that up, but make sure that you replace at your 1 inch for allowance. Okay, you can use the same thing you use on your waistline. Mine is just a difference of 1 inch, but I'm going to make sure that it should be fitted. So the round waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7 inch. I'm going to replace back this 1 inch, then I'll add 1 inch of allowance. On which part is there? This is the under bust, this is the waist. Okay, this is the hip depth. On the hip line, remember the dart, it doesn't end on the hip line. Okay, so I'm going to put 1/4 of the hip. My hip is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. I'm going to put 1 inch of sewing allowance. I just take something. The zipper allowance is lacking. The zipper allowance is lacking from the back. So I'm going to use whatever I use here to here on the hip. The zipper allowance is lacking. So which is normally it was supposed to be 9, no, 10.5. Yeah, 10.5 here. I'm going to come here from that 10.5. I want it to be just a little bit pencil. From 10.5, I'm going to go ahead and minus 1 inch from there. Let me just go ahead and add it up. It should be in kind of a little A. I'm going to connect from here to here. The zipper allowance is lacking, but we're going to pinch for it down. It's lacking. The zipper allowance is lacking. My zipper allowance is lacking for the back. Ooh, my zipper allowance is lacking for the back. This part here. See what I've just done? Now I'm going to come here and bring this to the. But how come this part here is different? Let's see, Anita. It cannot be that so. Which is a 7, on that box is 7.5, which is right there. Then I add a 1 inch, then plus 1 inch. Okay, from what I'm seeing, it's okay. Now, you can see it's a very short one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here. Remember I said it was a square neck, right? So I'm going to, you want to decide, you can go how big you want it to be. You can go in by 2 inch, you can do 1.5 inch depending on you, right? So like I said, my straps, if I do 2 inch, maybe it's going to be 2. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 inch including the sewing allowance, 2 inch. Now depending on how deep you want it to be, you can do 1/2 inch. I mean, you can do 6.5 inch. You can even do cut it on your chest line, but I'm going to do 7 inch. 7 inch. Now I'm going to measure up whatever I have from this point, which is this point here, 4.5. I'm going to bring it here and mark that 4.5 right there. 4.5. Now I'm going to connect this points up like this to straight line. I'm going to bring this up like that. At this point, if you want, you can go ahead and just leave it up like this. You can go ahead and do a kind of a round neck. On me, I say I'm doing square neck. You can do round neck if you want to have round neck. Okay, I'm doing square. I'm going to be cutting square. And when you're cutting it, ooh, beautiful fabric. When you're cutting it here, remember that you also need half an inch to stitch them up together. Remember something, I'm just doing it without pinning it there. Without pinning it, which is bad. That's how short my dress is, yeah? You see? And I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna cut it from here. So as you can see, I added a little bit of allowance. You know, since we don't really have a zipper allowance, so we're gonna try to see if we can. I added about half an inch. I think I'm gonna do. I'll be adding the zip at the side. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm gonna cut here. I'm cutting the back first. Mold this. Remember, we did fold our fabric into two. So what we're gonna do, we just go ahead and remove one piece on it. If you have like a tracing wheel, I don't know where I kept those tracing wheel there. You just kind of go ahead and trace up your dart, but I don't have a tracing wheel. I don't know where I kept it. I had it because when I bought this pin on Amazon, it came with it. So I'm gonna move this. You can see it's a very short gown, right? I'm gonna come here and dip in the armhole. No, a lazy person is sitting down. Why cut it? I'm sitting down today. Why cut it? Isn't that? That's to show you guys I'm so lazy today. Okay. Now, the next thing I have to do is to trace up the dart. I'm going to trace this to the other side. Now, you just go ahead and measure up whenever we have the dart here. So I went down. This is just what I don't like doing. If I had my tracing wheel, I would just go ahead and remember that we have to cut a lining for the top part. For the downer part, I'm not going to use lining, so I'm just going to hem it. Hey, what happened? Is it that my network is bad? Why is it cracking? Let me check. My connection that is bad too. No, it's good there. It's the tablet that is disturbing. If you check it up like this, you see that that dress is just a type. It is just a type. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark. Remember, we're gonna mark from the shoulder. 10 inch, which is 10 inch or 10 inch. Yeah, right there. So I'm gonna mark. Sorry, I have to trace up my dots, okay? I'm going to mark now the waist, the underbust, the shoulder to the underbust, which is 13.5. The shoulder to the waist that I marked, was it here? Yeah. And from the shoulder to the hip depth that I used 23.5. I don't know why my tablet is making like this. Can you guys see what I'm doing? What is wrong? I don't know what is wrong where. The phone is disturbing because the tablet is kind of giving me a headache. If it is not showing you, let me know. Is the phone disturbing or not? So I'm just connecting those points up to build up again my darts. I'm gonna do the same thing today. And remember that I'm doing all this on the back piece. The video stopped. I said it, network is bad. If you see my tablet that is cracking like that, I don't know why. Why? The video is not showing. And my network is slow, that's why. It's not showing. I don't know what happened. I have to stop. Wait. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Let me go out again to come back. My network is bad. Okay, guys, welcome back. We are at with day 7. Day 7. Day 7 of, sorry guys, of 60 days. Welcome back. My network, the phone is not really giving, it's not really showing out, so I don't know why. Network is bad. So I'm just gonna mark that nipple to nipple. That we then added 4, which was 3.5. Then I added half an inch to it. Making it 4. I'm gonna go ahead and draw a straight line all the way to the chest now. Is the video showing now? So from the bust point line, go down by ½ inch. Then I'm gonna mark ½ inch both sides, ½ inch in ½ inch, ½ inch in ½ inch. From here, I'm gonna go up by 2.5. Like I said, you can go up to, you can go up by 2.5. Okay, 2 inch or 2.5. Are you guys there? In the ½ inch that went out here, ½ inch here, and ½ inch. So I'm just trying to trace up my dots. That's just all. That's what we're doing so far. And like I said, if you have a tracing wheel, it's going to make your life much better to trace up these dots. I'm doing it up like this so it will be easier for me to just reconnect it up. So we're done with this part. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, say hi. And if you notice that I did cut the back and the neck depth of the back same. Okay, if you want, you can make the back a little bit higher. Voice is not clear. Yeah. Guys, you can support me by my voice is not clear. How? this one I cut it. Oh, I see. I hope that no. No, this one has been. No, no, no. Okay, this has been cut on the wrong. Yeah, I know now. This is how it looked. So funny and just there, no shape. But don't worry, when we finish working on it, you'll see the shape that is gonna have. So I went ahead and flipped my fabric, okay? And flip it to the wrong side because, you know, since we folded into two and fold, I'm going to mark the bust point, which is 10 inch. Then now move now to the under bust 13.5 inch. The waist, which is this, the hip line. See, connect that point up. The back is quite very easy, the way we're going to be cutting the back. So there's no need to be like, hey, if you see, I've not connected the this point up. The dart of the back is quite very simple, easy to go. We're really making all these parts at the front so that it should be fitted, but for the back you don't need all that. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that nipple to nipple. Hey, I said I'm going to add a zip at the side, right? I added at the side. I'm thinking if I should add a zip at the side because if well, let me check what I have there. What I have there, this is my waistline. Yeah, this is the waist. Yeah, well, this is this. The hip. I have about 1 inch, so I'm going to add up a zip at the back, my friend. So I'm going to leave at least 1 inch for the zipper. Let's see, 1 inch for the zipper. 1 inch for my zipper. Remember I said I had, no, let me leave 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch is good to go. And 3/4 inch. So here from this I will have my 7 inch. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna mark nipple to nipple from that 3/4 inch. Remember we added 1/2 inch for it because we're cutting it directly on the fabric. Alright. Draw that line. Like I said, that of the back is quite very different. So we're just gonna do some connecting, 1/2 inch in 1/2 inch. And the hip depth go up by 2.5 inch like I did. Then we are connecting it all the way to that point, the chest, because it needs to be fitted right there. But how come this 1/2 inch is big? 1/2 inch, Anita, here, 1/2 inch. That's just the difference. Let me mark the points up here. No get wahala for the tracer. Mark this now. And they hit everyone. If you have the tracing wheel, I keep on saying I'm going to finally, I don't know where I kept that thing. My tracing wheel, which is always has always made my life very easy and simple. Tracing wheel, you just go ahead and create a dart, then you trace it. The other side will appear the other point. So we're leaving 3/4 inch for the balance. We are managing up 3/4 inch for the zipper lines, 3/4 inch. Normally, you're supposed to leave at least 1 inch. I'm leaving 3/4 inch. Just draw that line up. I'm going to put my nipple to nipple, which is nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus ½ inch. Connect it up with a straight line. My chop is almost finished. Then I'm going to do ½ inch, ½ inch. From here, I'm going to go up by 2.5 inch from the hip depth line and connect it up. Okay. Remember I said we were supposed to cut up a line. As you can see, it has no shape now. Huh? It has no shape. It's just flat. Simply pinning up my darts. But remember, the back is supposed to be separated, okay? This thing that we're doing here like this, you guys not must happen today. That's allowance. The back is supposed to be separated. I'm gonna separate this. And now I'm gonna bring the front. And before I go ahead now to pin up the front, I'm just gonna place this on it like this, and let's cut the lining for it. Now fold. My lining is going to end on the chest line. Let's see. You see the way I am so lazy to stand up today. I'm gonna just cut this part off on the outside. Remember, remove one piece from there. Let's pin this into two. I'm going to remove one piece. Yeah, back now. Yeah, this is okay. I'm gonna stitch my darts. Make sure my iron is on, because if I want to press anything on, I'll just go ahead and press it up. Alright, so it should be fitted here. Make sure you leave that half an inch here. This will go in. Let's move this piece. Never ever you throw this. I'll be using this to create a. I know I'm getting create with this. Okay, my iron is on. Everything is ready to go. We are not adding any lining for the downer part. It's just something quite easy, simple, easy to do. I'm hoping that everything is going to sew well. Let me put water in some iron for it to be ready. Okay. This is another too hot today. So today, the sewing time. We're gonna be stitching now. Okay. That's this one. Now this is the back. I wanted to say, you're looking funny like that. No, the back was stitched right. Almost closer to the chest. Am I serious? What do you mean by if I'm serious? Huh? What happened? Joshua, what happened? You're asking me if I'm serious. Yeah, I'm serious. So. Yeah, they're asking me if I'm serious. Me, I'm here. So this chalk, that's what I like this chalk. There is it, this part. Be able to go in there. Okay. Now, look at me. I have some more tiny one. Okay, guys. So you have to just join the shoulder and the shoulder together. joining the side seams of it. I'm not pressing it up yet, but I'm going to do so. Join the side seams of it. Okay, but why did this one come the long past this other one? Yeah, Anita. That's it. Did I reduce this part? No, I didn't, right? When I cut it, did I reduce it? Anita, you're not okay. I'm not okay. The right side, this is the right side. Can't they ask and say, why this one can't they look past this one? This is it. Don't mind me, sometimes I can be so annoying. I was just teaching those things like that, yeah. Come be able to say, I go stitch that in there, facing the same direction. This is the side seams. Yeah, this is the side seams. Oh, my phone again. The network is bad. That network like that is bad. Okay. You can see from the tablet it's cracking. No, guys, it's not like, is the network working or what happened? Can you guys see me? Can you guys see what I'm doing? You can't see, let me know. You can see the tablet is cracking. Network is slow. I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, say hi, please. If you can see what I'm doing, say hi. My network is slow. That's why sometimes I have to always check. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Because if you guys don't reply, it seems like I'm doing. Hi. You can see what I'm doing, right, Sharon? My network is kind of bad, so I see that the tablet is serious. I'm sewing this thing like that. Oh, so I'm going to have to pinch it because I did not leave enough allowance for. I'm going to join my shoulder by 1/2 inch. You can do it the other way around. You can join the shoulder first of all, then you go ahead to join the side seams. I'm doing it the way I feel like it's easy for me to do. 1/2 inch. much? This machine, when I was buying it, I bought it on discount by then. I'm a member of Amazon Prime, so when they have discount, they all like kind of send that is there. So I bought it, I think it was 300 and yeah, 340, 300 and something like that. I can't remember what, but you buy it on Amazon. I'm a member of Amazon Prime, so whenever they have discount, because I'm a customer there, it's been a really long time, so I get sales when something like that. They notify me on my I don't really know, but now I think, and it also depends on which one you want to get, because you know this machine like that, they comes in different categories, so you can get UK. This one, the single heavy duty, that's the first one I got. My first machine was it 432? Yeah, 432. And then this one, I think I get, is it 440, 44, something like that. I can't remember, but they are very good machines when it comes to sewing, because it does whatever you want beautiful. And the one thing I love about the machine is you can easily sew everything on it. Okay, so I've just stitched this part. Let's go ahead and join up the lining. You can sew all type of fabric with it. You know, sometimes there are machines that you can also, let me check, I want to check where it ends, especially on the front piece. I'm supposed to put a little that. I just make a short line. I don't want to even get closer to the boss. Let me see what I have there. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reduce this line for it to just be 10-inch only. If what I have there is more than 10-inch, I have to reduce it. You can get this machine on Amazon. Yeah, 10-inch only. That's what I'm going to use, so that it will not get to the bust point. Where's the other piece now? I'm gonna place. I don't always like to get this paper when sewn, because you will stick to the needle and you start struggling to sew. Yeah, adding up a small lining to it. I'm gonna join the shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder and join the side seams. This lining is just to turn the neckline. You can make it more smaller if you want, for the neckline to be deep, to be neat, sorry. You have to press this flat, press this also flat, right, and do the same thing. So we're gonna do the pressing now. Press everything flat. I've been using my tailor hand. Remember this style we made the other day? That's what I'm going to use now. It's beautiful. I love it. And it's doing the job. It's doing our job very well. Very hard. So we're just gonna press all the seams open. Like I said, it was something really quick because I needed to do something today. You guys already know that we are doing a challenge. Every day we create something new. And this is what definitely I'll be putting on Saturday. When places are too hot now, people like to wear short stuff. My tailor hand is helping me now to press everything up. I know bought this thing, so let me go and break mine. Even though it's not going to be as perfect as the one my mama's will get. As long as it is doing the job we want it to do, they are ready to go. Oh my god, this is beautiful. You know why I have something like this. I'm pressing it, and I also press the side seams open. You see, it's not really pronounceable. When you put on a bra inside, it's gonna go. So this is it so far. We press it up. I did not really press this one. I'm supposed to make it flat, but anyway, I'm gonna do that later. We'll take our lining, place it inside of the dress, making sure everything matches all. Okay. Gonna be just tricky. So placing right side facing right side of the lining. Right, make sure that we matches everything up. Let's see. Yeah, that's the one. Like this. Just gonna put some few pins there. Making sure we're mashing everything up. See? Pin. Okay. And here, do it up same. Okay. Place right side facing right side with pin, and I'm gonna take now and stitch. Also join the armhole with right. Okay, now I'm taking my thread. It's gonna be enough, but it's almost finished. So I'm just gonna come here, make sure that I stitch my thread. I think it's gonna finish before I even get to the end. So I'm gonna be stitching half an inch. Make sure that I follow. As my needle is down, okay? I see my children are going to disappoint me on the way. Okay. I have the black shirt there. I think I have black inside. Yeah. No, I don't have. Yeah, I have blue. use blue. Now we're going to stitch the armhole, right? We just want to do everything and keep them neat. Stitch around the armhole. You do not ask me that I'm stitching around the armhole, how am I going to turn this? Wahala, Anita. I thought of it. I always like to pull. Oh shit. How am I going to turn it? You people do not ask me that question. You just kept you quiet. Want to catch me today, you know, catch me here, my friends. Now, before we go ahead, it's notch. I'm just gonna try to notch those curvy parts. So I'm going to unstitch the armhole of this to, let's see what I'm going to do. Unstitch. Okay. So our idea is to be able to keep this neat, okay? That's it. I'm also going to come here and stitch this a little bit. The idea is to keep the armhole neat. Just the idea is to keep the armhole neat. Don't go and stitch it like I almost stitch mine, and when you are done, you start looking for how to turn it. And you guys were just there watching at me. Tishango. I like to pull. Okay, now we have something like this. We want to make sure that everything is good and easy to go, right? So now our idea is to keep the armhole neat. We are the Anita. We are the. And this part we're gonna just go right here and do that. And do it. Let me go ahead and press this up to make things easy. Okay. You just have to notch. I'm going to leave the rest to finish it tomorrow. So it's late now. I have to go and sleep. I'm starting tomorrow at 8 o'clock, and this time I'm still here. Guys, we'll just keep it as it is right now. Tomorrow we're gonna finish it up. Thank you so much. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. It's late already. It's almost 12 o'clock. I am here. Guys, see you guys tomorrow. I'll finish this tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna finish it tomorrow because now it's quite very late.